Hey everyone, it's Living Dead Gal and welcome back to another Sims 4 video. I'm really excited for today's video because as you will see here, this is a Create a Sim video where I'm actually redesigning one of my old Sims in order to use her to explore the new Horse Ranch pack. I know there's a lot of mixed reception about this pack right now. To be frank, I also have mixed views about it. I think that a lot of the current criticism right now is pretty valid as far as how much gameplay is going to be involved. I do think that the Sims team needs to push to make more worlds beyond just the US as well. I definitely agree with that criticism because we've had a lot of US based themes for the worlds, and I definitely think we need to do more international stuff. You know, there's a lot more to the world than the United States. So I'd like to see more of that. So I do understand a lot of the criticism of the pack, and I share that. You know, the gameplay trailer, I don't know how much gameplay there's going to be. I think there could be a lot because the horses could add a significant bit of gameplay, just like, you know, taking care of the cows does and cottage living and things like that. But I'm just not really sure depending on, you know, the trailers we've been given. So I'm excited to see the upcoming live stream. That said, I'm actually still really excited for this pack, despite kind of those mixed feelings about, you know, the level of gameplay for an expansion. I'm not necessarily a horse person, but I do love animals in general. I love having more animals in The Sims. I hope one day we could get pigs. I kind of understand why they're not included, but I wish we would have them. I do know that horses have been highly requested by the community, so it does seem to me like the team is listening to the community, at least in some regards. I do think that caring for a horse will add some gameplay. I'm just curious to see how much. I'm excited for this pack. So again, while I do think they've done a lot of American style worlds, I really do like this world, and I really am excited for this world, despite us kind of already having desert worlds, because I'm a huge fan of the American Southwest. I want to like move out there eventually, like Arizona. Those areas are just, they're beautiful. I've been a couple times and I want to live there so badly. So for me, just the style and just the look and the whole vibe of that is really cool, and I really like that, and I'm gonna really enjoy having that in a simulation game. I do actually think that there's a lot of potential for seeing sort of a different way of life incorporated than what we have seen so far in The Sims. And I think that is because they did announce that this pack is going to be incorporating different references and homages to Native American culture. And while I think it remains to be seen how much of that is actually going to be in this pack, it does make me really excited. And part of that excitement actually came from the fact that I do have a Sim already, a Native American Sim I had made a while ago that has kind of the perfect backstory already that just gave me an instant idea of what to do. So I'm kind of tweaking her story a bit and her appearance here, and I'm really excited to kind of play that out with her with the pack. So all of this to say, yes, I will be doing a mini Let's Play for this expansion pack. If you have been watching my channel for a while, yes, I know that I have 3 other Let's Plays right now, and I also know that I have 3 more that I need to bring back, but I am going to be trying a different approach to this Let's Play than my previous Let's Plays. I'm going to be doing probably shorter episodes than what I usually do that are really covering the gameplay features of the packs. It's just going to be a mini Let's Play because I want to take this opportunity to explore this pack because I am excited about it, and I honestly have the most fun playing Sims when I'm recording because I love being able to narrate and storytell. There's something about it that is just so fun to me to be able to share the stories that I'm coming up with when I'm playing. So that is why I want to do this Let's Play. I am going to be doing this one in sort of a rags to riches style, or more like rags to renovations. But again, it's going to focus mostly on exploring the pack features. There will be a backstory and there will be storyline stuff, but we are going to focus a lot on looking at the pack, which I've kind of struggled with in the past with like werewolves and growing together. I started with that intent and I wanted to go more story based. We are going story based, but I'm gonna predominantly focus on gameplay. So with that said, let's talk about our Sim here. So this is Winona Anoki. I'm gonna talk about her traits in the first episode because I am tweaking some of those. I wanna see what comes with the pack as far as traits and aspirations. But I originally created her for a collab that I did a really long time ago. It was actually my very first collab on this channel, and I set up a backstory for her back then, but I've changed it slightly to kind of go along with the new pack. So she is a Native American Sim, and she was raised by her single mother. Her father was actually a rancher who ended up abandoning them when Winona was just a baby. He struggled a lot with alcoholism and ended up leaving them because he kind of thought that they would have a better life without him. Winona doesn't know a lot about that, but she just knows that he abandoned them. Her and her mother really struggled financially for most of their lives, and she's always been very, very beautiful, and she's also always been very smart. And she thought, you know, I can use sort of my outward appearance to make some success for myself. And she always kind of had a love for fashion. So she ended up deciding that she wanted to become a fashion model. And she ended up moving out to Del Sol Valley, and she saw great success, especially in an industry that doesn't really favor people who look like her all the time. You know, she really ended up breaking the mold and also providing some representation for others that was much, much needed. And so when she saw this success, you know, she just skyrocketed. She's absolutely gorgeous, so of course she saw success, but she ended up being able to send a lot of money to her mom to kind of make sure that she was more comfortable back in Chestnut Ridge. She was able to end up living in this huge mansion in Del Sol Valley. So her life became very glamorous, and she got used to certain luxuries and certain lifestyles and almost kind of not forgot, but she had struggled so much in her younger years, and she never wanted to go through that again. So when she moved out on her own, she was 18, and she, you know, it's probably about 10 years after she first moved out on her own. I'm imagining she's like 28 or so. And she, you know, has been so far removed from that lifestyle now, and she's so used to a life of luxury. She ended up having her world come crashing down about a year ago when her mother passed away in a car accident. It just kind of destroyed her. All of her money and her possessions started to feel meaningless for her. She's living alone in a large empty mansion. She's never really, you know, been much for relationships or anything, so she hasn't started her own family or started a relationship. You know, she doesn't really have many friends either. She's just kind of been very like success driven and money driven, really, because of the fact that she didn't want to struggle and she wanted to be able to send money back to her mom. Now she's at home and all alone in this empty mansion, and she has no one, and she has possessions and clothes, but not anything that feels meaningful anymore without her mom. So she started to become really hollow, and she struggled to find passion in her work. So flash forward to this year, so it's about a year after her mother's death, and after coming home from a very long photo shoot for the cover of Sul Sul magazine, Winona receives a letter in the mail. Her father, whom she had never met, but even though he lived in the same town, they had never crossed paths, never met. She didn't actually know his identity because her mother kept it from her. He has passed away, and he has left his ranch to her. So as much bitterness as Winona has felt towards, you know, her father, who she never knew who he was, but just this man that she knew of, she really started to think about it. And as she's reflecting and she's looking at this photograph of her and her mom, she has this revelation, and she thinks that it's probably going to do her some good to return to her roots, because she's just been so empty for the past year, and life has felt so meaningless with her. Like, her career and her success have not felt important to her anymore. And so she wants to return to her roots. She wants to do this the right way, though. So instead of taking all of her money and all of her possessions and everything, she packs up a suitcase of all of her favorite clothes, which she has a lot. She sells her home and she donates all of her money to charity. So she heads out to the ranch. She thinks she'll be fine because she has all she needs at the ranch. It's all paid for. It'll be a place to live. She just has to find some ways to make enough money to take care of food and grocery and things like that. It's a bit of an impulsive decision, but when she gets to the ranch, she finds that it's completely run down and completely gutted. So will this high maintenance model, who is so used to a life of luxury, be able to go back to her former lifestyle and find success on the ranch, raising animals and making nectar? Or will she fail? And maybe possibly she'll even find love with a handsome ranch hand. We will have to see, because there are some good looking townies in that trailer. I don't know if you guys spotted them. A little bit about her design here. When I first dropped her into CAS, I really did think that I would just need to change like her style to not be so glam. And when I popped her in, a lot of my sliders and presets from when I first made her were just they must have been gone. They must have been missing or something, because she did not look the same. I went back and looked at my old cast video. She didn't look the same. She didn't look great. So I made the decision to just fully redesign her. With my cast lighting mods and stuff, I felt that her skin tone looked a little too light, so I went and changed that. And then I started changing her features. When I originally designed her, I was looking at reference photos, but I pulled up more reference photos this time because I really did want to try to make sure that she felt representative of someone who is Native American. And I also tried to kind of style her that way. I tried to kind of have her style be a mix of, you know, kind of Native American inspired culture, Southwest style looks, and also just like kind of a nod to some of her high fashion, you know, like she's still very, very like fashionable. I didn't want to dress her full ranch hand because my whole idea for her is that she's going to be a high maintenance sim coming from a life of luxury and moving out to the ranch. So I'll probably give her a few additional looks when the pack comes in, like some items from the pack. I saved room, but I did end up just having so much fun with her. This was meant to be a quick 30-minute CAS update, but it ended up taking me like 5 hours. So for this video, I'm only actually showing myself designing her main look, and then I'm kind of like doing glimpses of each of her other looks at the end. But I did want to also just give a special shout out to a 16th Rose who created this CAS background recolor. This was my first time using it, and I will link to this recolor and the original CAS background with the reflective bottom in the description box below. But 16th Rose also inspired me for one of Winona's outfits as well, a piece of CC I downloaded from one of her sims. So definitely go check out her Patreon page and her channel and give her some love, because I did just want to shout her out for kind of that aesthetic inspiration that really kind of helped me pull all of this together. In my opinion, the CAS background it was a happy place and it made me want to sit and cast for a while. I have rambled long enough. We're getting towards the end of the video. The new Let's Play, I will be trying to get it up as soon as I possibly can for the first episode once the new pack comes out. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys like Winona, and I hope you're excited for this mini Let's Play. I know I am. And if you did enjoy this video, please just do hit that thumbs up button down below and leave a comment letting me know what you think of Winona. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye! So let your